Where you been? I've been waiting about half an hour.
Well, I had to watch that double nickel speed limit, you know.
This is beautiful country here in the post.
Lovely.
I'm telling you, man.
We love it.
Let's sit down by the fire, huh? It's chilly.
Great idea. Great idea.
You weren't born around here, though, were you? You were born in Italy, huh?
That's right.
Whereabouts?
Oh, up north, near Yugoslavia, actually. And I've been here since 1955.
Did you always have an interest in racing when you were a kid?
I first started stock cars with my brother. Again, we had quite a fancy partnership going with some local friends, and we got started in Nazareth Speedway, with stock cars, and with always an objective to go on to single-seaters, midgets, and sprint cars, which all happened in due succession.
At the tender age of 19, Mario Andretti takes on the wild and woolly dirt tracks of Pennsylvania. Andretti quickly progresses from stock cars to the faster and more sophisticated midget and sprint cars. At the top of the racing ladder is the United States Auto Club Championship Circuit. In 1963, Andretti drives in more than 80 midget races, trying to earn a ride on the prestigious Usac Trail.
Those days, it was the type of thing where you start, you build your own car, one way to do it, and then try to create enough motion with that to earn a ride with somebody that can afford something more sophisticated, something better, and then go on from there.
On Memorial Day 1965, Mario Andretti starts out on the second row in his first shot at the Indianapolis 500.
The Indy speed records are certain to fall here today. Jim Clark circling the 2.5-mile oval at 150 miles an hour. Well in command. No one will catch the flying Scotsman. In a surprisingly strong third position is Mario Andretti. For his showing here, Andretti will take home more than $40,000. By far the biggest purse of his career.
Andretti wins Rookie of the Year honors at Indy, and he continues on the Usac Trail in 1965. Finishing in the top 3 in 10 different races, the 25-year-old Andretti wins the 1965 Usac Drivers' Championship.
I think it was about the youngest driver in Usac to win the national championship.
Very unusual for a driver that age to win a national championship.
Yeah, I never expected it either. Like I said, in the first season, but obviously good equipment, timing was just right. It was good for me to really go again in '66 and try the national championship.
Mario Andretti continues his torrid pace in 1966. Andretti wins 4 straight championship races, and he enters the last race of the '66 season with 7 victories in 14 starts.
Here in Phoenix, they're waving Andretti home. The circuit's new superstar is all alone for his 8th win of the year. He wraps up his 2nd straight Usac championship. A tremendous thrill for the 26-year-old Mario Andretti.
Obviously, more than I expected up to this point. 26 years of age and being pretty much where I wanted to be. In Usac, good opportunity ahead, I think, to branch out, to get into other areas. That's one thing about auto racing in particular. If you want to branch out and diversify, you do have that opportunity.
Seeking new challenges in auto racing, Mario Andretti enters the Daytona 500 in 1967.
Andretti in car number 11 has got the lead. They said he was too small to handle one of those big stock cars, but he sure is proving them wrong today. I don't think Freddie Lorenzen will catch him. It's clear sailing to the finish line as Mario Andretti takes the checkered flag.
Andretti then goes on to win a variety of top racing events, from Can-Am road races to Formula 5000 endurance tests to the grueling 12 Hours of Sebring. Mario Andretti proves the wide range of his talents, firmly establishing himself as one of the most versatile drivers in the history of auto racing.
This is ESPN Classic. This is ESPN Classic.
Mario, by 1969, the late 60s, you'd proven to the world that you were one of the best drivers, but you also wanted to prove that you had a versatile type of ability.
The versatility aspect of the sport was presented a tremendous challenge to me, mainly because to try to win in these different categories means really being able to adapt to different styles.
You live with the possibility of danger. That's an ever-present factor in your life. How do you cope with it?
Well, it's something that you learn to accept. I don't think I would make a mistake bad enough to really hurt me. The unforeseen, however, is forever there. I like to feel that the guy I'm driving next to loves life as much as I do, and he's doing everything possible to just keep everything on the island, so to speak.
Going into 1969, you'd won every Usac race except the big one, the Indianapolis 500. What happened in 1969?
Well, Tom, Indy had eluded me until then in a very bad way. It started out with great impact in 65 with my rookie year there, and then in 66, 67 I started on pole. Good prospects, but no finish. 68 the same way, you know. Felt competitive all 3 years. Leading into 69, looks like we picked up tremendous momentum.
The color and pageantry of the Indianapolis 500, perhaps the world's most prestigious auto race. In the front row for the 1969 test are three-time winner A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, and defending champion Bobby Unser.
The big moment that we've all been waiting for. Here's the president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for those famous words, Mr. Tony Holman. Gentlemen, start your engines.
The cars are ready now for the 1969 Indianapolis 500. We have a beautiful day for racing at the Speedway, and over 200,000 fans have come out to see the 53rd running of racing's greatest spectacle. Here they come down the main straightaway, the pace car pulling off the track. The front row perfectly lined up. Foyt, Andretti, Unser leading the pack. They're looking for the green flag, and there it is. We're racing here at Indianapolis. Into the first turn, Andretti shoots to the lead. It's Mario Andretti, followed by A.J. Foyt, Bobby Unser, Roger McCluskey, Mark Donahue, and Gordon Johncock. Andretti driving the red number 2, owned by Andy Granicelli. Mario Andretti now stretching his lead, pushing his Ford Hawk to the limit. Andretti is always a hard charger, but he desperately wants to win this race today. After his Rookie of the Year performance in 1965, the 29-year-old Andretti has had nothing but bad luck here at Indy, including a dead last in the 1968 500. Midway through the race now, Mario Andretti and Lloyd Ruby locked in a ferocious battle for the lead. And Ruby takes it on the corner. Lloyd Ruby coming all the way from 20th position to take the lead. Here they come down the main straightaway. Ruby followed by Andretti, and Andretti begins to make his move. Dips to the inside, right in front of the main grandstand, and he regains the lead. Late in the race now, it's clear sailing for Mario Andretti. Here's the white flag. One more lap to go for Mario Andretti. He's got a 2-lap lead over his nearest competitor. The fans are on their feet as Mario Andretti comes down the final straightaway. Mario Andretti wins the 1969 Indianapolis 500, and his crew is ecstatic. There's Andy Granicelli. For 23 years he's come to Indy, met only with frustration, and now he's finally got a winner. And here he comes down pit road. Mario Andretti, 33rd in 1968, first in 1969. Mario Andretti is on top of the racing world.
This is ESPN Classic.
This is beautiful country, Mario. Beautiful.
Well, this color, these leaves, just incredible around here. Just like a carpet.
Beautiful this time of year, sure.
Yes.
Mario, in 1969, you won over $350,000 in prize money. And that's just prize money. What are the economics like for a professional race driver?
The money is normally split, and the percentage is usually determined with each particular deal. The driver makes, goes from 30 to 40 to 50% split.
And where does the rest of it go?
Whatever the driver doesn't get goes to the team that fuels the car and the mechanics. They get a percentage of the split, and then the other pays for the motel bills.
By the 1970s, you'd won almost every race possible. What was left for you to do?
Formula One.
The most highly regarded and most challenging form of auto racing, the Grand Prix Formula One circuit, becomes Mario Andretti's obsession in the mid-1970s. Grand Prix racing, which features the sleek and refined Formula One race cars, is held in 16 countries on 4 continents. So the winner of this taxing 10-month competition is a true world champion. In 1976, Mario Andretti joins Colin Chapman's Team Lotus as he takes his streamline racer to Tokyo for the 1976 season finale.
72,000 hardy fans here at a driving rainstorm for the Japanese Grand Prix. And now Mario Andretti has snatched the lead in his number 5 Lotus. Andretti is pulling away now from his challenger, James Hunt and Patrick Depailler. It'll be Andretti first, followed by Depailler and Hunt. What a way for Andretti and Team Lotus to finish the 1976 season.
The following year, Mario Andretti continues his winning ways on the Grand Prix circuit. Andretti becomes the first American to win a Grand Prix on United States soil, winning the 1977 Long Beach race. But the biggest race of all for Andretti is the Grand Prix at Monza in his native Italy. On September 9th, 1977, he goes after this cherished prize.
They're looking for the leader, Mario Andretti, and here he comes, roaring down the straightaway. He takes the checkered flag, and we can't even see the second place car. A huge victory for Mario Andretti in this Italian Grand Prix. The crowd has gone wild here at Monza. They love their native son, Mario Andretti. What a big race for him.
It's a very important race for me because, well, actually, earlier on, I won the U.S. Grand Prix, country where I live in. And then I was able to win a race in the country where I was born. It was like going back home, win. And it's, again, extremely special.
You almost won the World Championship in 1977. You had to be very optimistic about the 1978 season.
Going into 78, we were looking at new cars, and also knowing that we still had competitive machines from the year before, we felt very bold about that, our chances. And started out the 78 season with winning Argentina on the opening round, and we just scored right down the line.
Surviving a chaotic start of the Belgian Grand Prix, Mario Andretti locks horns with Jody Scheckter, and the two battle for the lead.
Here they come. There's barely a foot separating Scheckter and Andretti now as they barrel down the straightaway. Andretti riding at Schecter's slipstream. And Andretti makes his move, goes to the inside and grabs the lead. Down the final straight is going to be Andretti by a car length.
The next race on the Formula One schedule is the Spanish Grand Prix in Madrid. Andretti steers his John Player Special to his third Grand Prix triumph in 1978. With the 10 points he will receive for the victory, Andretti will take a commanding lead in the 1978 Formula One competition. And he now has a good chance to join Phil Hill as the only Americans to be world champions.
It's a wild start here at the 1978 West German Grand Prix. The cars are fighting for position through this narrow opening as they turn into the main straightaway. Mario Andretti in front, followed by teammate Ronnie Peterson. These two drivers have dominated the Formula One circuit all year. Mario Andretti leading Ronnie Peterson to the finish line. For Mario Andretti, his fifth win of the season, the most ever by an American driver.
For 38-year-old Mario Andretti, the victory in West Germany is a special, for it virtually assures him of the 1978 World Championship. Andretti and Ronnie Peterson exult in their triumph and take their Fulton Lotus team to Monza.
They're off and running in the Italian Grand Prix. These Formula One machines can go 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, so these standing starts are something to watch. Oh, there's trouble. We can't see it from here. Smoke covering the entire course. I don't know how many cars are involved, but there's got to be a fire. What drivers fear most? There it is. It's the number 6 Lotus of Ronnie Peterson. They're pulling them from the wreckage. Crews are desperately trying to put the fire out. The tanks were full at the start of this race. This one looks bad.
Monza was the race that did give me the championship. There was a day of both triumph and tragedy. I lost a teammate and friend, Ronnie Peterson, there. And for that day, for sure, nothing mattered. You know, the championship was meaningless. However, I knew that the championship was going to be a lasting thing, and life must go on. And I'm sure that in due time, I will learn to enjoy that part.
Of all the thrills you've had in racing, what's your biggest thrill?
Biggest thrill, for sure, winning the World Championship above everything else.
All right, well, thank you for being on my show. It's terrific. Give me a spin on that little black buggy.
Let's do it.
Coming up tonight on ESPN Classic. At 8, catch the Miracle Mets in the '69 World Series. Then we've got a back-to-back football frenzy. At 9, it's the Jets versus the Colts in Super Bowl III. Then at 10, it's LT as a rookie as the Giants take on the Cowboys, only on ESPN Classic. Are you old school? $500.